Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this episode, we're going to create the POS system, a multi-item using AppSheet. So in this episode, we're going to create a sample, which is a mobile shop multi-item POS system with inventory management. And also it automatically deducts multiple items in inventory during sale, and also it's automatically add up in multiple items in inventory during add stocks. And also we're gonna create a voided transaction history. So let's go first to our first table. So my first table here is the inventory. Inventory, this is where your items stored and how much is the available stocks, how much is the price, and what is the item code. So I have a columns of item code, category, item name, the unit price, the available stocks, which is I place. Most of them, I mean, all of them are 10. And then I have the photo. This is an optional. I keep this in my Google Drive. All right, now let's create an app. Okay, so this is, for example, is my mobile shop. Then I'm gonna choose my data. Okay, let's upload the, and let's delete this intro. And then let's review the table. The item code, I keep it as a row key, and I want it to be labeled. And then also the image or the photo, I want it to label it. Then item name, I keep it as a text. Then unit price, it's 3-digit value, and currency is US dollar. You can also choose your own currency. Then available stocks, I keep it as a number, and that's all. Then we're gonna go to the UX view. Then here is the inventory. So we'll keep it as a deck view. Then I keep it on the leftmost. Sort by, you can have an option for that. Category, so I want to group it by category. Then groups aggregate, I don't want to use this one. So the primary header, I want to use the item name. Secondary, let's say the available stocks. Then the summary, let's say what is the uh, unit price for this. All right. Show action bar, we don't need to show it. Then let's change the icon. Let's say we're gonna use this. Okay. Then I'll go to my UX. I wanted to keep this POS system as a dark mode. Let's try before we proceed. Okay, that's all. Okay, so we already added our first table, which is the inventory. So we will open it only to the big screen. All right. So this is our inventory. So if you want just to add any items here, you can just click the plus on it. Then you can put the item code, what's the category, item name. Then you can attach a photo and then hit save. All right. Now let's review this. Let's review first our inventory table. Category here, we wanted to put it as new. I have only two categories, which is mobile phones and accessories. Here, we'll just copy this, and so it's drop down, and okay. Then the second that we need to add is our sale. So in our sale, I prepare already my database. So we have here column date, time, receipt number, customer name, phone number, cashier, and here, if you wanted to create it as a multiple items, so you can just follow this. So the first item is an item code, which is related to this. So once the user choose the item code, it's automatically generate the unit price, the item name. So quantity. So this is the first item. Since you wanted it multiple items, so we have to add a button here. This is add item number two. So same goes. You can just copy this and change it to item code number two. Then add another button for add item number three. Then item number three. Then so if you wish to make it up to 20, so you can do up to 20 or whatever you like, as much as you can. So for the sake of this video, we're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna make it a three items POS system. Then maybe we can add another button here as a separator. Let's say I want this show order. So we're gonna we can add a button here, show order summary. All right. Then here I have the since we have a three item only, so we have the total item one, total item two, total item three. Then I have the total amount, payment type, amount paid. If you wish to add a tax or discount, you can add another column also. You can apply a certain formula for that. All right. So now let's upload this table to our AppSheet. Then let's go there. So we are going to choose sale. In this case, I don't want updates in this. We are avoiding updates since this is a POS. So we are allowing only adds and deletes to protect your sale. If someone updated, so it will be not it will, you cannot monitor it. So you can put adds and deletes only. Then let's view the column. Okay, then what we're gonna do. So here the date. So receipt number I wanted to keep as a row key. Then date I'm gonna use long date format. Then time second. So in date, if you wish to add here auto compute, you can just put here today, then go to update behavior, and then so every time they open the POS, when they punch a transaction, it's automatically registered what is the date for today. So only they can edit this is blank, this row, that date. So if the column is empty, then you can edit. Same goes to time. They cannot. Uh, I don't want them to change the time, what time they punch. So I can just apply also is blank, is row, the time. Okay. And in the receipt number, we wanted to have just a um, random code. If you wish to have a serialized receipt number, you can visit one of my video. I explained how to create a automatic serial number or a receipt number. In this case, I'm gonna just use, but before we do that, I don't want them to edit it. So I can just apply also is blank, is row, the receipt So we're gonna apply here an auto compute initial value. So I'm gonna use only this time concatenate, 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 concatenate. So since this is a sale receipt, so I'm gonna just use maybe SR sale receipt. Then I'm gonna use um, dash, then unique ID maybe. Yeah. So I'm gonna apply on a unique ID, so it will randomly generates um, a unique ID. So okay, all good. Then on cashier, on I mean on customer name, just keep it as a text. Then phone, keep it as a text. You can keep it as a phone number as well. Cashier, I want to keep it as a num, so I will add values here. So the value, let's say this is cashier one, and cashier two. So I'm gonna use the drop down option. Then item code. So we're gonna keep it as reference. You can also create a drop-down list using um, valid if, but in this case, I would prefer to use the um, ref, reference type. So item code, we're gonna keep it as ref. So item code, this is from the inventory. So this that we're gonna have the so this is the reference. So I'm gonna use the inventory. Okay. Then item name, we're gonna keep it as a text, and also we're gonna apply some formula in the first item number one. So this is the first item we have. So item number one, we're gonna apply. So I don't want them to edit. For example, here, you know, when you adding when you're adding a sale. So when you once you choose the category, I mean the item code, it generates the data in. So we don't want them to delete the data. I mean the values. So we're gonna do is same with date. We're gonna apply is blank um this row the name item name one item name one. You just copy this and item name one. Okay, and then same goes to item name one. So once the place the item code, we're gonna generate the initial value by using any select the inventory, then choose the column, which is the column is this one. So we're trying to locate this name. So this one is item name, then comma, then um, this row dot item name number one. So our first item is equals to sorry item code. I mean item code. Our row key. Sorry, it's not our row key, but an item code. Item code number one is equals to item code. Then basically, um, we can allocate in sale the item code, which is here. We can allocate here. We can do a query, and then once it's matched, it will just automatically generate the data. Okay, then hit save. Okay, so item one is done, and also unit price. We will do the same. So to do the same, just copy that auto compute. Then unit price, we're gonna just uh, first we don't want them to edit it once it's generated. So same goes. We're gonna type here is blank is row the unit price. Unit price number one. What's going on? Then go to the auto compute, paste this one, the one that we copied, then just change the first column to uh, unit price. And of course, here in the quantity, we don't want them to, here, for example, here, we don't want them to put negative, correct? Here in the quantity. So we want to put a minimum value. So when you're making a sale, there is no negative sale, right? So the minimum value should be one. Okay. Then here, before we have this word name, item code one, item name one, unit price one. If you did not rename this, it will display to your app similar like this. So what we're gonna do is to rename this. Renaming this will be easy. So goes to display, and then I will just simply name this as item code. Okay. And then same goes to item name. I'm gonna rename this as item name. Then same goes to QTY number one. I'm gonna name this to simply as quantity QTY as well. Okay. So we done for our first item. So the rest that we did is in item code here in the first item. We will do it also in all the items. I mean in our second items, which is the item code number two and unit price number two. But before we do that, as you notice, there is add item number two here. So basically, here in the sale, you already encoded the data here. So you want, if you wish to add another item, use the user should click add item number two in order for this to show the option for number two items. So to do that, so first we're gonna rename the add item number two. We don't want them to show it like that. So display. Then I'm gonna name this as add item on. Then what we're gonna do, we will only show this button if the user um, put something here. Here, let's say he put something in quantity number one. It's at least minimum value is one. So we can only show this button. So we're gonna show this. Apply show if. So find the column quantity number one, because we don't want them to show all the buttons if I mean all the columns if the customer just order one items. So we want to hide this column. So is not, maybe we can apply it's not blank. Show if it's not blank. Okay. Then we're gonna add. You can keep it as a no. Then add values. Just put here add items. Add item. Then use buttons. This will be nice. Okay. Then same goes what we did to item code number one. We're gonna use this as a ref. Then we will show only the item number two if you know the column once the user click add item. Okay. Where is it? It's done. Okay. So you're gonna show only the item, this item two, if user click the add item. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use add item num- number two is equals to add item. Okay, then the same time we're gonna keep it as a ref inventory. Then also the display, we don't want them to display as item code number two. So I'm gonna rename this as item code. Simply an item code. Alright. Same goes to item number two. We will only display this if this is the add item number two is click. So here item name show, then also the same time um, we're gonna apply a formula. So auto compute, then select any select inventory inventory column. So we're choosing item name um, column item name in this row that item code number two is equals to item code. Okay, so just copy this and we need it later on. Then we're gonna apply here editable if. So it's only editable if, of course, we're gonna use is blank. Same what we did in the first items. Is blank. This row dot item name two. Okay. Mhm. Then of course, may see if we rename it already. Of course, then we're gonna change the display name. We don't want them to show it like that, so I'm gonna name this as item name. Item name. Okay, next is item name is the unit price. Of course, we're gonna show this only if add item number two is been clicked. Where is it? Add item number two is equals to add item. And of course, we're gonna keep it as a three-digit US dollar auto compute. So we will get the data from the inventory. So we're gonna just change this to unit price. Okay. And of course, what we're gonna do, we're gonna have update the behavior, change only, edit only if it's blank. Is blank. This row the unit price too. Okay. And of course, we have to change the display name. We don't want them to display as unit price too. You can just keep it as price, unit price. All right. And um, also next is the quantity. So in the quantity, we don't want them to. input negative, so minimum value should be 1. And of course, we have to rename the display. So I'm just simply name it as QTY. Then we're gonna show only, of course, if the user click the add item number 2. Okay, it's equals to add item. Then here we go. The last items we have, since we have 3 items. Then we will only show this if somebody plays in quantity number 2 a value. So first, so now our reference is QTY number 2 is not black. Then uh, we're gonna keep it as enum. Then we can add the value, add values, add item. Of course, I'm gonna keep it as a bottom and date of display. So we're gonna name it as add item. Okay. Then of course, the item number 3, we will only show if the user click the add item number 3. Okay, so let's go to edit this. So we're gonna show it columns item. Where's the add item number 3? Is equals to add item, and we're gonna keep it as ref inventory. Of course, we're gonna display, change it to item. Go. All right. Then next is below that is the number 3 item text, and keep it as a text. Of course, here we will only show if add item number 3 has been pressed. Same goes. Then we're gonna display name. So I'm just simply name it as item name, auto compute. So we're gonna apply a formula, select inventory, item name, this row that, so this time is number 3, hit save. Then unit price, same goes, equals to add item, then display, have to rename it. We don't want them to display with numbers. Then auto compute, initial value, let's change this to 3, and here unit price. Okay, then done. Then quantity, of course, they will show only, same goes. Is equals to add minimum value should be 1. Then display here is, then what we have here is show order summary. Here, once the user fill up all this, so we want to cut the view. So we will only show this um, total item if if user click show order summary. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna keep it as in room. Then add values, show order summary. Then I'm gonna keep it as buttons. Then then once the user click show order summary, this should all of these items should be this item should be hide. We can only see the summary. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to the item, let's say item code. From here to item number 3, you're gonna edit the show if. So here in the item 1, you can just column, where is it? Is equals to show order summary. Stop it. Then, oh, sorry. Where is it? It should be not equal. Okay. Same goes here. Just space. Same goes to here. Just space. So basically, all the buttons on one. Then add items also. Here, since there is already a formula, you can just simply copy this, paste, then add here and okay. Then add item number 2, since there is already here, just click this and use item code 2, then item name 2, same goes, paste that one, put and here, and close parenthesis here. Good. Item name 2, then unit price 2. Okay. So even we're going to hide these items. Quantity 2, then add item number 3. So if you have multiple items, this might take time to prepare the application. Okay. Then here, comma. We're almost done. Okay. It's safe. Then we have to rename this total item 1, total item 2, and total item 3. So, but first of that, we're gonna keep it as price. Price should be all price. 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 Okay. Here in total item, we're gonna show only if user click show order summary is equals to show order summary. Okay. So we're gonna apply that to all our total item. Okay. This is to minimize, the screen overcrowded. Okay. Yes, dollar. Also the total amount, of course. We're gonna include it also. Then payment type should be loom. Show only if. Then yeah, only two types of payment: cash, card. Okay. Amount paid. Show only like that. Then in amount paid, we want to keep validity. So we're gonna have 3 digits, example, data. So we don't want them to pay less amount versus the total amount. So what you're gonna do is just put like this. Um, this row got amount paid should not um, to be more than or equals to column um, this row got what's the name total amount here. Okay. Then we're gonna put total amounts here, an up formula. So up formula is just what is the item, total item? Just insert this, and insert this. Plus sign, plus sign. All right. Then we wanted to rename the total item. We don't want it to show like this. So what we're gonna do, guys, to rename this? So we're gonna go to display. We're gonna use concatenate formula. Concatenate. Let's say this is the item number one. So I'm gonna keep it. Name this as item um, number one. Then let's say I'm gonna use underscore as a separator. Then we're gonna include the column name. What is the name of the product? Item name. Okay. Then I'm gonna apply. Then let's say how many quantity he purchased. Let's say quantity one here, and then I'm gonna apply dash for example pieces. Then we'll do a separator. Then we're gonna apply the unit price for example. Comma. Then maybe we can put USD per item per unit. Mhm. USD per unit. Then should be okay. Something wrong. Item name, unit price. Then here, oh, it's already included here. Okay, should be okay. Then just oops. Item name, quantity, pieces, unit price. Uh, still not complete. Okay. Okay. So copy this, and it should be okay. Then total item number two. Go to display and just space. Change this to number two, and then number two, number two. Then here, just space. Change it to number three, number three, and number three also. Okay. Then one thing, what if the customer only order one item? So we don't want to show this in our POS if they order only one item. This total item number two and number three. So what we're gonna do is we will show only if here we're gonna add another and formula and uh, is not blank. Then use the column. Since our reference is number two, we're gonna use the reference column item code number two. Then uh, then can put a comma here. Then close the button. Close the expression. Just copy this and paste it in item code item total item number three. Uh, Change the summary and then change it to number three. All right. Okay. We are done for our POS in adding the sale button. But first, no, we didn't yet add. So after you edit those things, you're gonna go to a new view. You can add a new view, sale. So I will just name this as sale, and I wanted this as table view and sort by or group by. Let's say I want to group it by date. Then all columns. What is the display? Anything here? Cash register. Okay, here. And Where do you want to put it? So left. Here we go. Let's refresh. It's there. Oops, it's already added. So AppSheet basically generate automatically the okay, it's generate automatically the table and the view also. So just rename this as sale. Should be good. Okay. Then let's refresh. So this is the sale. Then we will add now an items, guys. So we're gonna add the data. So there is a receipt number here. It's automatically generated. Let's say I want it to customer name, then 234.6, for example. Cashier is one. Let's say, as you can see, it's only display unit price and then show order summary. So it saves the screen. So when you put item code, let's say number one here, item code number one, it's not showing the name. So let's go back there and view columns in the inventory. So label, item code, okay. And in sale, the label should be not customer name. Label should be okay. It's fine, I believe. Inventory. So we want to put label item name also. We will put. We'll see. We'll try that. Okay. Okay. Mm, Low. 1.6. Shear one. You can put as well required here. Here you can restrict the app. Here you can put all required if you like. For example, if you want to record like this, okay. So item code number one here. So it's here. It's an iPhone 13. The price, as you can see, they cannot delete or they cannot edit the item name and the price. Then the quantity, I put, let's say negative one. It will not allow you. So the minimum is one, or we can put 10, for example. Then we have here add item. Once you click this, it shows the item, the second item row. So here I'm gonna put, for example, this one. Then this is 10. See here, I can add also an item. So it shows the third row. So here I'm gonna add, for example, I'm gonna add 10, but we forgot to add what do you call this? Here, this is the problem if you did not put the um, should they see they can edit. So in item code number three, we forgot to add behavior editable if item name number three should not be edited here. So you can apply is blank on this row that item name. Same goes to the unit price. We forgot to put it. It's blank. Sorry, unit price. Okay, it will be updated later on. So you can see then 10, then if we did not click this one, it will not show our total order. So once we click it, it will hide the data. I mean, so it will only show you the date, host, the customer, cashier, and this is the order summary. Here in the order summary, as you can see, there is item number one. It's an Apple iPhone 13, 128 GB, 10 pieces at 800 USD per unit. Same goes here. Okay. If you click this, it will hide. It will show you the items. Okay. But if you click this, it will show you only the summary. But we did not place yet the formula here. Okay. So in item total item here, it just can just apply a formula. So this is the unit price times quantity one. Just copy this, then total item two, just paste it there and change it to this, change to this. Same goes here. The Yeah, I believe our sale is already completed. So now let's go one. Now let's add one sample data. Be all okay. Add item. Okay. Show order summary. It hides then only the summary. So there is a summary here. So this is the total amount for this each item and total amount and what did I pay the cash amount paid. Let's say I pay only less 23,000. It will show invalid. So it will allow me if it's equal or if it's more than. Okay. So you can allow me to save if it's then hit save. So we will offline sync, delayed sync. Okay. So we have an order here, summary, but we have each item we order is 10. Okay. It's 10 item what we order. But the problem is it should deduct in our inventory here. The inventory is still here. So it's still 10, 10, 10. So to do that, let's do our first step. First step is you need to add a virtual column in sale item. So you're gonna add, since we have three items, we will add a total of six virtual columns. Okay, so add the virtual column. First is we're gonna use it as available stocks, and then we're gonna apply any here formula of any select. So table is inventory, inventory column is available stocks. Fill in this row. This row got item code 1 is equals to item code. Then close the expression. Just copy this and okay. Then you get here done. Add another one. Then paste the formula. Change this to number 2 and then just rename it to available stocks. virtual column, paste it, change this to number 3, then name it as available stocks item 3. And then hit save. We still need to add another 3 virtual column, guys. Okay. Okay. So now we're gonna add another 3 virtual column. Where is it? Add virtual column. So here we're gonna name it as um, new available stocks item. So what you're gonna do is just go to the columns that you created. You're gonna just item 1 here. So minus column quantity 1. Okay. Then add another where is it? Add another virtual column in same table. Add virtual column. Then you're gonna just name it. Where is the item number 2? I mean available stocks item number 2 minus quantity number 2. Okay, then name it as new available stocks item. Then add another one. So we're gonna name it as new available stocks since we have 3 items. Item, then column. Look for the column. Available stocks number 3 minus quantity number 3. Okay, then hit save. Okay, same goes here. We don't want to show this, uh, the stocks item number 2. We don't want to show if, so we're gonna have a column here. So this is not item code number 2 is not blank. So we will show only show if is not blank. Okay. So same goes here. Is not blank. Then column item code number 3. Okay. Same goes to new available stocks number 2. You show it only if same formula is not blank. Column mm, is not blank. Column reset. Item code number 3. This same goes here. This space number 3. Wait. Okay. Number 3 should be 2. Okay. Also, maybe I think that's all. All right. So now you can see. Let's refresh. If you want to create a sale, as you can see, let's say this is the name, example, item code number 1. I have here 1. So unit price 1, we didn't change, guys, so we have to change it first. So unit price 1, I'm not sure why I didn't change it. Display. So let's name it as unit price. Should be updated later on. So here, I can see the available stocks. Is available stocks in item number 1 is 10. Okay, so if I put, let's say, 9 here, it should the new available stocks for this item number 1, it should be 1. So it should be correct. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna uh, make a behavior action here, action formula. So we have to make a new action for inventory. So we're gonna name this inventory item 1. Then set the value columns of this row. So change available stocks. Then what you're gonna do in this expression, and you can select any. You can use this expression. Any select. Then the name of the table is sale. What is the column that we're gonna look up? Is the new available stocks item 1 column. Then we're gonna apply this row, um, this row, that item code number 1 is equals to, sorry, it's not should be item code only. Item code is equals to item code 1. Should be correct, guys. So if it's green, meaning it's correct. Okay. So that's how you're gonna write an expression. So what you're gonna do, you just copy this. You're gonna use it for the next action, and just save. Then appearance, just do not display this action. Then create another action. So we're gonna name this as, where is it? Inventory item number 2. So you're gonna change it to available stocks. Just paste that action. Available stocks item number 2. Just change this and just change this to 2. Okay, and then appearance, do not display. And add another action, same action. And this is inventory. Since we have 3 items, inventory item 3. Okay, available stocks. Then change this to number 3. Then number 3, and hit save. Appearance, do not display. Okay, let's save first. So that's our first action in inventory table. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna create another action. So in this case, we will use execute an action to the set of rows. Then I'm gonna name this as sale item 1. So change this from the record this table to sale, and then reference is the inventory. Then you're gonna use the reference action here, the number one also, inventory item number one. Then here in the row reference, you're gonna use a formula, same, any select, um, so we're gonna look up in sale, then item code, so this is item code number one, and we're gonna use um, this row, that item code one is equals to item code one. It should be, so this is the first item. Item code one, I'm not sure what's going on. hmm Expression valid. hmm Wait, give me a second. What's going on here? Should be the expression is valid, but the type ref is not an expected type list. Okay, so what you're gonna do? We're gonna maybe remove the any, so it should work. Okay, all right. So just copy that one and appearance do not display, and create also another action, new action here. So set of rows. Then I'm gonna name this as sale item, item two. Reference is inventory. Then reference action use number two, and also paste this. Change it to two. Change it to two. Change it to two. Then appearance should not display. Then we have to create another action, guys. New action. This is the last action. Still we have another one. Execute an action. So I'm gonna name this as sale item inventory. Then reference actions, uh, item number three. Then paste three, code three. So here now should be sale. Okay, it's safe. Oops, something wrong. Something wrong with the formula. What is it? Wait, sale item. Unable to find item code number two. What is the name? Item code two should be there. Select sale item code two. This row item code two is equals to column item code two. Okay. Wait. Where is the item code? Did I rename it? Item code number two, I cannot find. Item code two is here. Should be correct. So the error is sale item number two. Okay. So sale item two. So let's go there. Not here. So the error we have here. The error in expression. Sale item, item code. This row that this row that item code 2 is equals to item code. Hmm, something wrong here. What's going on? This row, something wrong here. Not sure what's going on. Select sale item code. Wait. All right, I have to fix this. Let's try this. Hmm, that's strange. That's strange. Why I cannot use this row here? Let's try again. It's weird. Hmm? That's strange. Okay, let's keep it like that. Okay. Now let's create another action. Hope it will work later on. We'll see. Then let's create another action. Now this time is execute group action. So we're gonna name this inventory changer. See. So I'm gonna use this sale. Then so here we have sale item one, sale item one, and sale item. Where is sale item number two? Wait, yeah. Where is sale item number two? Should be the resale item number two. Mm-hmm. Here. So we have a mistake here. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Sale. That's why it's wrong. So now we can use here this row. Now it's correct. So that's mainly the reason why I have an error because I put it in different table. Then sale here we're gonna use number two and number three. Appearance, of course, I don't want to display. It's safe. Okay, we will only trigger this automation if during add. So we're gonna create an automation, then new boot. We're gonna create custom boot. So inventory changer. Sige, configure an event. Inventory changer. So I will just name it I inventory changer sale. So I see it already. Inventory INV sale. So I'm gonna trigger this event during ads only when we creating sale. Then add step, create custom step. So this I'm gonna name this INV sale. Then run a data action. Choose the data action, but before you do that, okay, something wrong here. Go back. Choose a table. Change this table into sale. Then here, uh, choose an action. Run data action should be no, not this one. Change the inventory sale. Okay, let's go back to behavior, guys, before we proceed. So here should be sale, correct. Ads only, sale, which is correct. Then here, sale, run a data action. Then here should be there is a, oh, it's not showing, not this one. Just a second. We change data change, adds only, which table, the sale, of course, conditions, no. Okay, then we go back here, uh, group actions. So you have to click a group action, then select here. Um, we're gonna add here. Wait, something wrong. Let's go back to automation to behavior, inventory 1, 2, 3. Of course, sale. Of course, it's here. Inventory changes. Ah, okay. Maybe we forgot to save, so that's why it's not coming there. So let's go to automation. Let's configure the event, save. Okay, then run data action. Then we're gonna, okay, know what's going on here. Something wrong. Let's change this inventory. Let's see. Then, okay, something wrong. Let's delete this first. Let's start fresh. Okay, let's, something wrong. Okay, I'm gonna review our behavior, guys. This inventory changer, I'm not sure why it's not uh, seeing there. Okay, so go to automation, new boot. Then we're gonna name this as inventory INV sale. Then create custom event, new event, INV sale, for example. Then we're gonna trigger only on ads only. So choose the table sale, then add step, create custom step, and then name this as INV sale. So run a data action should be run a data action. Then here we go. So I'm not sure why it's not showing before. So use this inventory changer cell, then hit save. All right, apologize for that. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna test our boot if it's working. So let's test. We, as you know, we already added here a data. Okay, so we will test if it's correct. If it's here, it should be trigger changes. See, as you can see, it triggers the changes here. It changed to 0. Okay, so this 3 items changed to 0. All right, so meaning if you are say if you are um, have a message like this, meaning your automation is correct. Okay, now let's add, for example, I'm gonna add a sale. So what if I want to change, I want to sell this item code 9, 10, 11. So as you can see, there are 10 items here. Okay, and also in the inventory, there is 10 items, but we have to refresh first. Here it's 0 items already we have. So what if I want to sold out this item, these 3 items down here? So what I'm gonna do, the code is, what is the code? Is 19 and 11. So I'm gonna new sale. So I'm gonna create new sale. For example, yo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cashier is number 1. Then item code. So last number is 9. So I'm gonna max out 10. Then add item. Then item code is 10. I'm gonna max out. We'll see if it's become 0. Then item code number 11. So it's 10. Then show order summary. So this is my order. Payment cash. Amount paid. It says 500. And hit save. So we'll see. This is our database. we'll see if it's become zero. As you can see, it's become zero here as it become zero. All right. So still loading here. So our inventory for this becomes zero. You can apply also a format rules. If it's zero, it will change the color. Okay. So what if you want to add the stacks? So how are you gonna do that? So let's go back to our database. So let's create a new table here. So rename. So I'm gonna name this as add stacks. Okay. So I'm gonna just this is a multiple item add stacks also. So I'm gonna add this date, time, same goes, and then reference reference ID, for example. Then we're gonna have this one. Is it delivery? Is it void? Then item code one, item name. Basically, we will just copy this. In our sale, we're gonna just copy this head, this column. So item from here, we're gonna just copy until here. Okay, then add stocks and paste it here. All right. So not highlighted. Okay. So this is the item code number one, item name. It's automatically added. Or you have an option not to include the price. You can also do that. So, but in this case, we're gonna just include it. Then add item two. Same goes here. Okay. Then and then you can just put remarks in here. If you want to add the remarks. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna upload this in our AppSheet. Go to data, then new table, sheet in Google. This time we're gonna add the add stacks. Add stacks. Then we don't want delete. So let's say we want delete also. So this fine updates no. So we just adds and delete only. We will discourage update because we're gonna create later on a voided transaction. Okay. Then here add stacks, review the column, then date. So the key column is reference ID, and then that's the key column. The date should be here. So we're gonna repeat the procedure of what we did in the beginning. So we're gonna just date, time, reference ID. Here we're gonna just use auto compute. So there's a formula already. So we're gonna just add concatenate. Then since this is add stack, so we're gonna AS add stacks. And maybe we can use dash. Then um, they can edit the behavior if is blank this row. This row, but reference ID. Okay. Then reason, we're gonna keep it as a no. So the reason why I add this is we are not allowing edits in our POS, so we can allow delete instead. So we're gonna add here reason is delivery. For example, you're gonna adding stocks because of delivery, and then maybe you can add also void, voided, and then we can add also return. For example, this we're gonna then drop down. Then item code will be keep it as text. So this is a three item add stocks inventory. Yeah? So we're gonna keep it as ref. By the way, guys, here in add stocks, you can add as much as items as possible. So you can just here you can just add so many items as you like. So you can keep adding columns and then just rename it one, two, three, four, so on and so forth, guys. Okay, so in this case, we're gonna just maybe use, um, let's say, we don't want to add up to three items to make this video short. So maybe we can just make up to um, two items, for example. So we can just make two items maximum. Anyway, this is the same concept. If I make it 10, it will be the same procedures. Then I'm gonna just generate a structure. Okay. So here in add stocks, where are we? Okay. So here in add stocks, reason. So item code, I'm gonna name this as I'm gonna display name. So this is item code, and I'm gonna keep it as ref. So the reference is inventory always. Then item name, I'm gonna keep it as item name as well, the display. So we will do the same, but this time we only create two maximum items. Then we can apply the behavior. Here we're gonna have also is blank. This row that item name one. Okay. Then auto compute. So we're gonna use same as what we did in the sale. Any select. So we're gonna use the table inventory. Then the column is item name. Then um, this row that item code one is equals to item code. Okay, after this, so where is, did we rename it? We rename it. Unit price, we rename it. So just paste it. So we're gonna repeat the procedure, but this time it's slightly different. Unit price. Okay, then quantity, of course, um, we will minimum value should be 1. Then display should be okay. Then add item, keep it as enum. Same goes to sale. We can just keep it as enum. Then add item. Then use buttons. Then add item number 2. We gonna show it if the quantity 1 is not blank. Okay. Then name it as add item. Okay. Then same goes here. Ref. Keep it as a ref. Inventory. Then show only if column add item number 2 is equals to add item. Then the display, keep it as item code. Item code. Okay. Same goes to item name. Show only if equals to add. So this one is item name. Use the unit price. So you have an option if you don't want to show the unit price, you can do that. But this time you're gonna just show it equals to add. Then here, okay, display. So this is unit price. Then quantity, of course, should be minimum value should be 1 and for sure if then display. Okay, so the remarks, just keep it as a text. Then you can apply here editable. It's blank. Okay, same goes here. Just copy this. Okay, hit save. Then let's add a view to this column. UX, new view. So add stocks. So I'm gonna name this as add stocks table view, and I want it to say in the rightmost. The display. Add. Maybe we can use this, and you can also show if user is admin. You can add also show expression. Okay, then let's refresh our application. So add stocks is here. So let's say let's want to reason. Let's say delivery. Then item code. Let's say so here we have already zero. I want to add these two items. So say I want to add 10. Then add item. I want to add. There is no item name. Okay. So we did not automate it. Okay. Okay. Let's refresh. Okay. Let's add the stocks. Reason. Let's say delivery. Item code one. It's already zero here. So we're gonna add two 10. Then add items. If you wish to add more items, click this one. Then we have 10 also. Another remarks. Let's say hello. Then hit save. Here in our database, it should add automatically 10 here. It's not yet added because we need to apply a formula for that. So here in our what you call this add stacks, we're gonna add a virtual column, two virtual columns this time. So available stocks item one, uh, AD. So we can add AS add stacks. So we're gonna click any select. So go to inventory column. This is available stocks. It's equals to item. Just copy, hit save, and show only if you can also show this if item code number. Oh no, there's no. That's the second column. Okay. Then add another virtual column. What's the name of it? Available stocks. Item one, item two is then base change it to two. Then show if uh, item code two is not blank. Then once you're done, hit save. Something wrong. Where is it? Then let's add another virtual column. Add the virtual column. So this time we're gonna create new available stocks item one is. So we're gonna just we created the virtual column in the beginning and then before this. So you're gonna add that virtual column. So this time plus. So you're gonna use plus sign instead of minus. Okay. Copy this or remove it, and then add another virtual column. So we're gonna get new available stocks item 2 is. Look for that column number 2 plus quantity 2. Of course, you want to show this only if it's not blank. Column item code 2. Okay, save. So now what we're gonna do is create a behavior. Same goes. This time inventory. So we're gonna new action. Oops, oops, oops. Okay, here in the inventory, change available stock. So I will name this as AS inventory item one. If you have so many items, so you can create so much as you can. Yeah. Then we're gonna use any select this time. Uh, choose add stocks column. New available stocks item one AS wherein this row that item code is equals to item code 1. Just copy this, save, appearance, do not display, and add another one. Since you have two items, here, here, AS, inventory, item 2. Then add another one. So this time use set of action. So I'm going to AS um, AS item item 1. So I'm gonna add stocks. Then here reference is inventory. Then reference row is AS inventory item 1. Then you're gonna use select add stocks column item code 1. Water guys. Then I'm gonna use this row dot item code 1 is equals to item code 1. This copy. Do not display. Then add another one. Stats. It's action. Then inventory. Reference. Choose number 2. This one. And then change to 2. And change to 2. Then it's saved. Then appearance. Do not display. Okay, once you're done for that, you create another action. This time group. So AS inventory ANV change it. Choose add stats. Then choose the two actions that you created, AS1 and AS2. Hit save. Then you go to automation, new boot, create custom boot. So I'm gonna name this as ASINV changer. So I'm gonna trigger only during add. Then the table is add stats, then add step, custom step, then run data action, then choose where is the data action here? Okay, let's delete this first. Same goes last time when we create. It doesn't maybe we're deleting something. Okay, here new event. So I'm gonna name this as ASINV. Then adds only. Then add step. We goes to another one, guys. Then ASINV. Then run a data action. So AS change the table, guys. Here the table. Now here add stocks. Okay. Then run a data action. There should be an AS. Let's save this one first. Sorry for that. There's something wrong here. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so here adds only, table adds stocks, then the process um, run a data action, then run a data action, then I'm gonna choose, okay, later let's delete all of this and hit save. So it doesn't show. I'm not sure why it doesn't show. The process boot. So the problem here, we edited the first table we have. So here, no, sorry, it's a mistake. Let's create a new boot. So I'm not sure why that boot is not showing. So we're gonna create new boot. Hopefully it will pop out. So create custom boot AS. I'm gonna name this as add AS only. Let's say to avoid confusion. Here's the AS. Okay, here AS. Then I'm gonna name AS. That's only. Then you have to choose the table. So add stocks. Then add step. Create a custom step. So I'm gonna name this to avoid confusion. AS. Then run a data action. Should be here. AS INV changer. Should be correct. Okay. Then hit this one. Save. Sorry for the confusion. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna test our automation. So test, since we added already a sample, we should able to test the boot. Sequence is child action failed due to execute not yet row action item 2 table add stock failed. Okay, so we have an execute here data action. So in add stocks 2, execute an action set to browse it as item 2 for table add stocks fields cannot get keyword parent change. Okay, so action. So this is the inventory. Okay, there's no wrong here. Okay, so here. So the problem is our group action here in add stocks. It's confusing now. Here he is changer. Item. Let's go back to the inventory to investigate it. Should be correct. I don't know what's going on. Let's test once again. Okay, let's test. Let's find out what is the issue. Execute sequence of action. So here. So to troubleshoot in add stacks, add stacks, add stacks. So it's saying here as item 2. So where's the mistake here? Item 1. So add stacks inventory. Here's inventory. Okay, should be correct. Then AS2 should check, should be correct. Then group action. Where is the AS changer? Let's go back to our automation. So here, okay, add stocks, which is correct. Then group action should be correct. Yeah, should be correct. I'm not sure, guys, what's going on. Anyway, let's try. Um, let's try again. Why I'm not sure why it's going like this. Okay, let's try to execute. So item number 2, AS item number 2 is the error. AS item number 2 here. I action. Ah, here's the I don't know. Schedule item code. That's mainly the reason, guys. I found it. Okay. Sorry for the delay. Then there is a problem here. So we found the mistakes. It's a mistake of typing. Here, select add stocks item. Inventory here should be add stocks. Sorry, it should be inventory. Hit save. Hmm. Select add stocks item code 2. This row item code 2 is equals to item code number 2. Sorry guys, it's a long video. Hit save. So we found out what is the mistake. Then let's test our automation. Let's test this one. So we're almost finished for the video. So we'll just test this. If it said okay, as you can notice, it's add stocks here. So it's 410, it's added as stocks. Okay, now let's add. Now let's add. It's added 20 here because we ordered two items. Okay, now let's say I want to add code 11, code number 11, add a stock. Okay, reason, let's say delivery. So item code is 11. So the item here is 0. So and then also item number 10 is 0. So we're gonna add two stacks. So item number 11, let's say 10. Then add items. So I'm gonna use item number 10. So I'm gonna add 10. Okay, should be saved. it should become 10 there. We'll see. See, it's added the stacks. The same time is added also as stacks. Okay, so it's added. Let's add one more. Let's say this number 9, we're gonna use only one item. So let's say voided item code number 9. Let's say I'm gonna add 200. Hit save. So this item number 9 should be become 200. All right. Also, in the inventory, it becomes 200. All right. So for the, I'm gonna make a part two for this. So we're gonna create a voided history. So whenever, let's say, someone void this transaction, there should be a there should be in the sale, there should be a record for the deleted items or deleted transaction. All right. So if you learned something in this video, please don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment, and we'll see you in the part two. We're gonna continue this mobile POS multi-item.